Hey there fans of Comic Land, it's Leila here from the Comic Connection with this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got Stephen King's N. This is number 1 of 4. It's got a script by Mark Guggenheim with art by Alex Malev. So in this one, N is a patient who claims to have seen some unbelievable things. And in this issue, he talks to his psychiatrist about it and his strange experience in Ackerman's field. And we the reader are left with, a strange sense of foreboding because we know how this place sort of came to be or what other things happened there, and that people have died, and that maybe N is correct, and that he did witness an evil presence there. So this is an adaptation of a Stephen King short story, which I haven't read, but it does seem fascinating. The premise that madness can be spread, kind of like a flu maybe, or that certain places are hot spots for negative energy is always terrifying and fascinating to me. And Guggenheim does a really excellent job at weaving in all of the little clues that are left for the reader in the story, and Malev's art provides a perfect landscape for the drama to play out. If you're a Stephen King fan, you're not going to be disappointed. If you're a fan of sort of supernatural happenings, then this is definitely the comic book for you. Next up, we've got X-Men Hope. This is a one-shot written by Dwayne Swerzinski with art by Steve Dillon. Now, this is basically the story of Hope and Cable, as Cable is raising her, protecting her, teaching her how to be a soldier to prepare for the upcoming event, X-Men Second Coming. So this is sort of a prelude to that whole event that's starting at the end of this month. There's sort of a big hint in this book. You can even see on the cover, Marvel's not even really trying to hide it. They put it out in the free preview book last week. It looks like the Phoenix Force is returning, probably through Hope. So this is going to be a really interesting thing for the X-Men, and I'm really hoping that the storylines are going to pick up, because we've been frankly building up to this ever since like M-Day. We've been building up to this whole thing. So hopefully Second Coming is going to be really interesting, because the last couple of stories of X-Men have been kind of okay. So this is the place to jump on for Second Coming, which starts later in the month. Next up, we've got Ultimate Comics New Ultimates number 1. It's written by Jeff Loeb with art by Frank Cho. Now in this issue, which is subtitled Thor Reborn, we look into the life of Tony Stark and why he fills his life with fast living and booze and women. And we see who the woman of the month is, Also, the Defenders show up and they manage to steal Mjolnir, which is the Ultimate's only chance at trying to bring back Thor from the clutches of Hela, the mistress of the damned, who's keeping him busy in Valhalla. But honestly, I don't think that he's minding it too much. Also, Loki decides it's a good time to show up because Thor's not here and cause a little bit of trouble. So, what is there to say about this book? It has great art. It is a beautiful book. Cho's art is just amazing. It's great to look at, and the story starts with a big bang. There's lots of things happening in all the panels, and a lot of times I just stop to look at them because they're just really good. The story is also really well done too, because they've got that sort of overlying what's going on with Tony voiceover and all that, and then they have all the action going on behind that. So there's so many things going on. It's a really, really good first issue. But Loeb often starts things off really well, and then it goes. So I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but this was pretty exciting so far, and I definitely can recommend at least number 1 to pick up. And last but not least, we've got Angel number 30, written by Bill Willingham with art by Brian Denham. Now in this one, the team investigates the claim that Angel is making celebrities into vampires. Also a former Watchers, not quite council member, but somebody affiliated with the Watchers shows up and comes into the picture, and Illyria finds Angel, but before she rescues him, she has a few propositions for him. So I've got to say, I kind of really love the direction of the book so far. I mean, Willingham is a great writer, and Denham's art definitely looks like the characters, so you know who you're looking at, which is really good, and it's just really well done. So if you sort of jumped off Angel before because you were a little disappointed in the direction of the book, now's the time to jump back on. We're only 2 issues into the new team, and it is really awesome. See you next week.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic reviews. First up, Green Hornet number 1, written by Kevin Smith with art by Jonathan Lau. And in this one, the final battle for the Green Hornet and Kato places them against the last of Century City's crime families, and after their victory, retirement looms. Years later, the son of the Green Hornet is trying to deal with his own life, unaware of his family's past. Now, I like Kevin Smith. He's a great writer when he can actually write on time. But, yeah, it's not a bad book. It's a fun book. it's not a cop-out, as it were. But it's not a bad book. If you're a fan of the Green Hornet, you're probably going to really enjoy it. It's actually a really good throwback to a classic character. Next up, Obamouse, number 1, written by Joe Dunn with art by Ben Dunn. And in this one, when the world needs change, one rodent steps forward. Will he be able to win a war with Al-Qaeda and his political rivals as well? Yes, he will. And you know how much I hate political comics. They're just the scum of the comic book world. And I hate them to death. I don't hate this. I actually enjoy this. I like seeing a fresh take on things like this. This is a fun book. You don't have to be a fan of Obama or anything to really enjoy it. It's just silly, funny animal type stuff. And that's why it's actually fun. And the art by Ben is actually really quite good in this. And last but not least, Buffy, number 33, written by Brad Meltzer with art by George A. Jonte. And in this one, Buffy finally confronts Twilight one-on-one, and his true identity is revealed. And once she knows who it is, they promptly get it on. Yeah, it's taken 33 issues to finally find out who Twilight is. And quite frankly, I think most of us actually saw it coming. Do I really want to spoil who it is, Lee? I don't know. Yes?
Well, people could just turn it down at this point, and we could say spoiler warning, and then...
Okay, well, spoiler warning, it's Angel. Yeah, so it's been given away online already, so what's the point in really not revealing it? It's a fun book, and the fact of the matter is, it's Angel. Really, what's this going to do to IDW's story now? We shall see. We'll see you next week, folks.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Double D Denis again, and that's right, I'm back to do a few more reviews for you. First off, sorry, Jim. First off, we have First Wave, number 1 of 6. I was super excited about this for the longest time, mostly because DC decided to put previews for it in just about every issue of every DC comic for like the last month. So it's nice to see it finally get released and to see the pages that weren't colored in the previews actually colored because they look way better now. This is written by Brian Azzarello of 100 Bullets fame and Riggs Morales, and it's got just awesome art and wicked writing. First off, let me start by saying that Batman is not in this issue. I know, I'm sorry, but hey, it's still awesome. I'm still hooked. Basically what happens is Doc Savage comes back for his father's funeral to find out that his death is not all it seems. The Spirit, who, I know there was the horrible Spirit movie a few years ago, just get that bad taste out of your mouth right now, because he's not as horrific in this one. But yeah, he investigates a strange truck, and there's basically a crazy warlord, sorry I forget his name, Anton Colossi, who decides to kill everyone in this South American town except for one girl who he leaves alive, who will probably be important to the story, I'm guessing. So yeah, obviously this is going to be pretty awesome. It's all kind of noir-ish and stuff, so it's pretty cool. If you're a DC fan, you should definitely pick this up. Next up, we have ZVR Adventure, number 1. And yes, ZVR stands for Zombies versus Robots, which is just as cool as it sounds. It's basically 3 stories. Obviously, the art and writing varies from story to story, but they're all really good. There's really no story that sticks out because it's horrible or anything like that. My only problem with this was that the stories are a bit too short, but they're still interesting enough that I'm hooked and I want to keep reading the series. Basically, it's about, in the future, a science experiment goes wrong and zombies are brought back from another dimension, and basically the human race has to build robots to deal with the problem. So if you like zombies or you like robots, or if you like both, like me, then you're going to want to pick this up because it's pretty darn cool.